Hi, I'm Girish Krishnani, and you're watching 5-Minute Learnings. Welcome to the 7th video in our series on emotions. Today, we'll explore the Schachter-Singer two-factor theory of emotion, a theory that shows how our body and mind work together to shape what we feel. This theory was proposed in 1962 by psychologists Stanley Schachter and Jerome Singer. It built on earlier ideas like the James Lange theory, which said emotions result from physical reactions, and the Cannon-Bard theory, which claimed emotions and body responses happen simultaneously. Schachter and Singer believed both views were partly right, but incomplete. They argued that emotions depend on two key factors: physiological arousal, the body's physical response to a situation, and cognitive labeling, the mental process of interpreting that arousal in a specific context. In simple words, our body reacts first, and then our mind identifies what that reaction means. Only when these two combine do we experience a specific emotion. Let's look at an example. Imagine you're walking alone at night and suddenly hear footsteps behind you. Your heart starts pounding, your palms sweat, and your muscles tighten. That's your body reacting. Then your mind looks at the context. It's dark, you're alone, and someone might be following you. You label the feeling as fear. Now imagine your heart races in a different context. You're about to meet someone you like. Same physical reaction, but now your mind labels it as excitement. The emotion changes because the mental process of interpretation changes. To test their theory, Schachter and Singer conducted a famous experiment. Participants were given an injection of epinephrine, a chemical that causes arousal like a fast heartbeat and trembling. Some were told about these effects, others weren't. Later, they were placed with another person who acted either happy or angry. Those who knew what the injection would do understood why they felt aroused. They didn't let the other person's behavior influence their mood. But those who weren't told looked to the context to explain their feelings. If the other person was cheerful, they felt happy. If the person was angry, they felt irritated too. This experiment supported their idea that when we don't have a clear explanation for our body's reactions, we look to our environment and label our emotions based on what's happening around us. It highlighted that emotion is not just a biological response, it also involves a mental process of interpretation. The two-factor theory helped bridge the gap between physiology and psychology. It showed that emotions are not automatic, they are influenced by how we think and interpret the context. It also explained why two people can experience the same physical symptoms but feel completely different emotions depending on how they interpret them. For example, imagine two students waiting for exam results. Both have a racing heartbeat and sweaty palms. One thinks, "I must have done terribly," and feels anxious. The other thinks, "I might have done well," and feels excited. Same body signals, different mental labels, different emotions. This theory also has practical applications. It suggests that we can sometimes manage our emotions by reframing how we interpret arousal. If your heart races before a big presentation, instead of labeling it as fear, you can tell yourself it's excitement. The physical reaction remains the same, but your interpretation and emotion change. Of course, later research questioned whether labeling always happens consciously or after arousal. Some emotions, like fear, can occur instantly, before we even have time to think. Still, the Schachter-Singer theory was groundbreaking because it emphasized that both body and mind, biology and cognition, are essential to emotional experience. To sum up, the Schachter-Singer two-factor theory says emotion results from the combination of physiological arousal and cognitive interpretation within a specific context. Our body gives the signal, and our mind gives it meaning. Together, they create what we call emotion. And remember, emotions are not just felt, they're also understood. That's all on the Schachter-Singer theory of emotion. In the next video we will explore the cognitive appraisal theory of emotion in detail. Hope you found this video helpful. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, and follow or subscribe to my channel 5-Minute Learnings, and do remember to hit the bell icon to get notified on new content. Thanks for watching.